Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Music of the Week. We have 5 albums for this one. I don't really have much of an intro, we just don't have a lot to do, so yeah, 5 albums to go through for this episode, and I'm sorry it's a bit more delayed than usual. I will try and pick up speed on getting the reviews and these videos done, but let's just move on. And we start off with Brand New Zeros with their second album, Back to Zero. This is their first album in 6 years. They're a group from London, and one of the members is actually the brother of Elvis Costello. Yeah, that one. And, okay, so I've not listened to any Elvis, and I won't even pretend I have to try and make myself sound a bit cooler, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't really sound this naff. Giving this a C+. This is a very average, boring Heartland rock album. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It tries to be a good take on rock. It's not, though. I just didn't really get a lot out of this. The lyrical things were a bit repetitive. The choruses especially, oh my god. The overall instrumentation was not great. The production was okay, but it tries to hide too much. I don't know. I wasn't buying this one. Well, I didn't buy it. I just listened to it on YouTube. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one, and hopefully Elvis Costello will give his brother a stone talking to and say, "Oi, here's how you make a good album." I don't know why I almost made him sound Australian. I'm pretty sure he's from England too. But yeah. Try and skirt around this one if you can. There might be a couple of good songs in it, but I just didn't really get a lot out of it. So I think a C+ is the first grade I can give it. Next up, we have Death Therapy with their third album, Melancholy Machines. Now, Death Therapy was formed by the lead singer of a band called Becoming the Archetype, and I listened to their last album. These are a group from Atlanta, Georgia, and they sound absolutely nothing like Becoming the Archetype, but they're a pretty decent sort of industrial band. I'm giving this a B-. I feel like too much of the instrumentation was really repetitive. There was some decent lyrical content when it wasn't being overly preachy about God, like there was actually some good stuff about addiction at places, but yeah, also it's on Tooth and Nail, and you can do with that what you will. Tooth and Nail is probably the most well-known Christian label. It's also probably the worst. Like, a lot of the other bands signed on there right now just do not get the credit I think they deserve. Razor and Tar is a bit better, just in my opinion. But yeah, there was some pretty decent tracks. There was actually some pretty heavy riffs. I feel like it relies too much on the instrumentation and doesn't let a lot else shine through, so it's a bit of a wanky album. But it's really boring. I just couldn't think of a lot to elevate it past a B-, honestly. Like, it's a bit too repetitive, but it's not in as bland a way as Brand New Zeros do it. Like, it's mixed up a little bit better, and they do try some weird outside elements to try and make it interesting. And for the most part, it sort of works, and yeah, I'm ambivalent and vague about this, but I can't really think of, like, a clear-cut way to put it, but it's a good enough album, so yeah, I think it's deserving of a B-. It might not be. I don't know. It's got really good moments. It's got more good moments than Brand New Zeros do. Next up, we have the 8th studio album by Tempe Arizona's The Main, titled XOXO From Love and Anxiety in Real Time. Okay, yeah, that is the full name. Yeah, this is their 8th album. These are a band I've actually wanted to get around to for a while. I just haven't, and I found out they dropped this one last week, and I needed something to fill a gap that I had missing. So, yeah, luckily this does fill it well. I actually enjoyed a lot of this, and I'm giving it a B. This is a really solid slice of emo pop rock. Just really enjoyable and fun. I like how it keeps circling back the lyrical themes. The main ones are love and anxiety. So there is a loose concept, and it's actually quite a well-told story. I think some of the other stuff around it could have matched up a tiny bit better, but as it is, it's pretty good for how it goes, you know? I really like this, and you know, lyrically it's interesting. It's instrumentally pretty good for the most part. It does keep most of the same pace until the last song, which really steps it up. Like, the closing track is probably my favourite song on the album. I don't really like highlight those or ever in these Music of the Week videos, but yeah, there you go. First. Much like this was my first album by The Main. I'm looking forward to more of them. I know this is their 8th album, so they've got quite a lot to go through, but I like this, and I think that others might enjoy it too. So if you're looking to try and get into The Main, you know, you've probably heard of them by this point, give them a go. Give this album a go. I liked a lot more of it than I thought I was going to. So, yeah, also the production is really nice and clean as well. So we're going to move on. Next we move from America to Canada, specifically Edmonton, for a band called Real Sickies, and their third album in as many years, no less, Love is for Lovers. Now, I didn't know what to expect. I mostly picked this because I thought the album cover looked good, and it fucking does. And this album is absolutely astonishing, giving it an A+. I didn't really know what to expect from this. I had no clue. I just thought, it might just be an okay punk album. And no, it was a really freaking great punk album. It explores all the sides of love that a lot of other bands don't talk about. Like, it explores a lot of the uglier sides of it in a really positive way as well. It's got like a really good Ramones-esque feel to the overall sound. Really amazing guitar work, and drum work and bass work as well. And there's an organ. Like, this band has an organist. It actually works. It's got like that really nice classic throwback feel, really good lyricism to it too. I'm glad that, they're keeping with modern lyrical sensibilities and not just going, ha, women funny, like they usually would back then. But, anyway. Yeah, this album be really, really good, and it's probably the one I recommend the most. It's the only one that even reaches an A-ish grade. But I liked a lot of this, and I think you will too. Also, the production is really damn good, and just really got good structuring. There is a couple of short songs in there, but they actually add a lot to the stuff that comes before and after them. So, yeah, give this one a go, honestly. Like, I can't recommend this one enough. It's the one I recommend the most from this video, so give it a shot. And finally for this episode we reach a debut. Oakland, California's Thought Leaders with their debut album In Wastelands. Now this is a post-punk album, and I've been listening to a lot of their genre this month. Like, I feel like there's not been a week this month where I haven't listened to a post-something genre. And also, not a week this month where I haven't listened to one and really liked it. I'm giving this a B+. I liked a lot of this album in particular. Really good instrumentation especially. I like the more fun take on it as well. It did give me shades of Drunk Tank Pink by Shame. Not quite as high tier as that album, and I need to listen to the album again because it's so damn good. But really like this. It is a bit dissonant in its delivery, but it's in a good way. And a lot of focus is on the instrumentation, but there is vocals that are just sort of hard to hear at times. However, the bands are having a really good time. It's just got some really nice, happy vibes through an album of this style. But it's also got a really good bit of depth and complexity to it, so yeah, I couldn't really find a lot about lyrics, which is what hurts, but the production, the structuring, and the overall performance and instrumental value are definitely what sells this album. So again, like, I don't recommend it as much as I recommend Real Sickies, but I recommend you give this a shot because there were a lot of elements of it that I enjoyed, so yeah, give it a go. And that'll about do it for this video. I tried to keep it as short as I possibly could, but you know me, I ramble on and on sometimes. That's what most of the cuts are for. So next thing you'll see me for will probably be a Friday Night Tomorrow if there is one to review. While I remember, at some point tonight there's All Due Respect, and then tomorrow is going to be Endgame. These are both the CWL shows, and I'm part of the CWL eFed, so I'm going to promote the hell out of them. I will post their Twitch channel link in the description of this video, and the one I'll be making tomorrow if there is one to do. If there's not, I'll probably do the very brief history of Caravan Palace. I'm really hoping I can, because I really want to get to that. I've written the whole script for that, so yeah, definitely looking forward to doing that full episode. Yeah, that's about it though. Also, there will probably be a stream on Tuesday if I can get a cart set up. Hopefully. That'll about do it though, and as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.